Currently estimated to have a net worth of around $104.7 billion, businessman Michael Bloomberg is an incredibly influential figure. You've probably read news stories coming from the media outlet that he founded decades ago, or perhaps have received financial information via the same service. And if you visited or lived in New York in the early 2000s, well, your life would have been shaped by the man as well, considering he was the mayor there for over 10 years. Today, we'll look at the life and influence of Mr. Michael Bloomberg. So, let's get started. Michael Bloomberg was born on February 14, 1942 in the Brighton neighborhood of Boston. His father was a bookkeeper for a dairy company, never earning more than $6,000 a year. Bloomberg grew up in Medford, Massachusetts, and graduated from Johns Hopkins University and Harvard Business School. Clearly, despite his humble upbringing, the man was determined to get a good education and make something of himself. He began his career at the securities brokerage firm Salomon Brothers in 1966 with an entry-level job. He was fired 15 years later. However, this rejection would only spur him to do bigger and better things. Indeed, in 1981 he would form his very own company, Bloomberg LP. This was, and continues to be, a financial information and media firm. Michael Bloomberg worked as the company's chairman and CEO for the first 20 years of its existence, presumably stepping down so that he could become the mayor of New York. Indeed, Bloomberg was elected the 108th mayor of New York City in 2001, holding office for 3 consecutive terms, winning re-elections in 2005 and 2009. As the mayor of the largest city in the United States, Bloomberg did a lot for the residents of New York. He was said to have established public charter schools, rebuilt urban infrastructure, and supported gun control, public health initiatives, and environmental protections. Bloomberg was elected mayor just weeks after the attacks of September 11, 2001, and under his leadership, New York City rebounded faster and stronger than expected. Well, at least according to his own website. His administration reportedly raised high school graduation rates by 42%, cut crime by 1/3, reduced the city's carbon footprint by 13%, banned smoking from bars and public parks, and increased life expectancy by 3 years. His website goes on to say that Bloomberg's economic policies, which supported entrepreneurs, small businesses, and emerging industries such as tech and bioscience, helped to create a record 400,000 new jobs. His administration also invested more than $3 billion in the arts and cultural organizations, making New York City the largest funder of the arts in the country. He also led a rezoning of large areas of the city, which facilitated massive and widespread new commercial and residential construction after the September 11 attacks. After leaving City Hall, the man resumed leadership of Bloomberg LP. Since establishing the company in 1981, it has grown from being a one-room office to a global organization that employs some 20,000 people in 120 countries. According to Forbes, Bloomberg put in the seed funding for the company and now owns 88% of the business, which has estimated revenues in excess of $13 billion. According to New York Magazine, a large majority of Bloomberg LP's annual revenue comes from Bloomberg terminal subscriptions. For a bit over $20,000 a year, you get either a physical device or computer software that provides access to a wealth of real-time financial market data. The magazine states that this terminal will tell you everything from interest rates on obscure bonds to the current utilization of oil storage tanks in Cushing, Oklahoma. Importantly, you also get access to instant Bloomberg messaging, which you can use to contact other terminal users. This suite of services is considered valuable to enough financial professionals that there are over 300,000 terminal subscriptions around the world. When discussing why companies are willing to pay so much money for information that may be available for free, Josh Brown, CEO of Ritholtz Wealth Management, stated, "It does what it's supposed to do. It's reliable. They're constantly adding new features." Brown agreed that it would be possible for many terminal users to cobble together web services providing the information they truly need for much less than what it costs the Bloomberg terminal. However, Bloomberg Terminal is simply more user-friendly and more reliable, and this is why users remain willing to pay a high price. Bloomberg Terminal has made it easier for bond investors to trade directly with each other instead of paying fees to brokers. Investopedia notes that Bloomberg Terminal is essentially obligatory for almost anyone with an occupation in finance. Indeed, the terminals and their successors offer comprehensive and vital information to 350,000 paying customers around the world. Investopedia adds that while the bulk of Bloomberg's money comes from professional services, the company has several other subsidiaries, with Bloomberg News perhaps being one of the most notable. Bloomberg Television is the company's 24-hour network geared towards people who need to follow global news through a business-focused lens. With this in mind, Bloomberg Television runs more live programming than competitors CNBC and Fox Business Network, offering deeper analysis and less light entertainment than the other financial broadcasters, which often air infomercials, paid programming, and repeat broadcasts throughout much of the day. Bloomberg Television also offers regional channels of international interest in Asia, Africa, Europe, and other destinations. Michael Bloomberg's philanthropy has also done a lot for the United States and even other areas around the world. His philanthropy has made him a global leader on climate change, public health, education, and other critical issues facing America and the world. Most of his work is done through the organization known as Bloomberg Philanthropies, a company that employs a unique data-driven approach to its core focus areas: the arts, education, the environment, public health, government innovation, and the Greenwood Initiative, which aims to accelerate the pace of wealth accumulation in Black communities and address systemic underinvestment in them. At the time of making this video, Mr. Bloomberg has given away $17.4 billion so far, with $3 billion distributed in 2023 alone. He has committed to donating his stake in Bloomberg LP to Bloomberg Philanthropies when he dies, if not sooner. This year, President Biden awarded him the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor, which recognizes those who have made particularly extraordinary contributions to the United States and the world. As reported by Business Insider, from a fleet of 8 private aircraft, Bloomberg and his associates appear to favor 3 Dassault Falcon 900EX business jets. The 8 aircraft comprise 3 Dassault Falcon 900EX business jets, a smaller Pilatus PC-24 business jet, a Beechcraft King Air utility aircraft, a Cessna 182 Skylane plane, and 2 helicopters. As noted by GuardianJet.com, the Dassault Falcon 900EX is a long-range jet that is typically outfitted with 3 cabin zones and has a range of 4,500 nautical miles. This range is enough to fly non-stop from New York City to Germany or northern Italy. On the ground, VIPFortunes.com reports that Bloomberg has been seen driving or being driven in 4 different high-end cars: a Cadillac Escalade, a Tesla Model S, a 2014 Audi R8 V10 Coupe, and a Mercedes Maybach S680. With his net worth of around $104.7 billion, Forbes lists Michael Bloomberg as the 13th richest person in the world, just above NVIDIA founder Jensen Huang, and below Amancio Ortega of Spain, who is perhaps most notable for running the clothing brand Zara. So what do you think of Michael Bloomberg's wealth and success? Leave a comment and let us know.